Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Emma. Today's video is going to be a favourites video. I want to sit down and talk you through all the things that I've been loving recently, things that I think I'm going to be loving for the rest of the summer. I've got quite a collection of things. I've got some fashion things, I've got a couple of beauty things, and then I've got a book, some music, and then just like a random favourite that I want to mention. But yeah, I like to just sit down and film these videos like probably like seasonally and getting to talk about a few different things that I don't always make full videos on, but just like to mention in these favourites videos. If you do enjoy this video and do enjoy favourites videos, I'd love if you give it a thumbs up. But without further ado, let's just get on into the favourite. Okay, I'm going to start off with my fashion favourites. I've got three things here that I've been loving and have just been like staples in my wardrobe recently. The first thing is a pair of black linen trousers. These ones are from H&M. They just have the drawstring waist. I apologise, there's a mark on them, they need to go in the wash. And they just go all the way down. They're quite like a straight to wide leg, I would say. They're not like tight on the body. They do look a little bit see-through like holding them up, but wearing like black pants I'm absolutely fine. But these have just been a staple for me recently. I kind of replace jeans in my wardrobe when it gets too hot for me to wear jeans, because they're just so easy to style. I wear them with like blouses, with t-shirts, with vests, like all the time, and I just find them really, really practical because I can wear them for work because I don't feel like I'm exposed, because like my legs are fully covered, and I can dress them up a little bit. But then also they're just really, really comfortable. They're really easy, and because they are 100% linen, I'm pretty sure these ones are, they just work really nicely for the summer months. They're not too hot. I mean, obviously when it's like getting up to over 30 degrees, it is a little bit hot in anything, but I really, really love these. They're just really, really comfortable, but I find them really wearable for a British summer. So I wear them to work, I wear them to the park, I wear them for coffee, I wear them to the cinema, I would wear them on a plane, and they're just like a staple in my wardrobe. I got these last year, a hero product in my wardrobe at the moment. Really, really love them, and I would definitely recommend a black pair of linen trousers for your wardrobe. But the second clothing favourite that I want to mention is this dress. Now this is a maxi dress that I did get secondhand. I got it on Vinted. It's from a brand called Studio I or Studio One, but I love this dress. This is like a go-to dress for me in spring summer. I wore it a lot last year and I'm getting a lot of use out of it already this year. Again, it's maxi, so it covers a lot of skin, so I can wear it for work, I can wear it to the park, because like I don't always want to wear a mini dress to the park just because I'm like lying in the grass and I don't want to like risk flashing anyone, so I just feel a lot more comfortable in this. But it keeps me nice and cool. It's a really nice fit on me actually. It's like skims the body nicely, but it's a little bit oversized, so it's not tight on the body at all, and I really, really love it. I love the pattern. The pattern just makes it really, really wearable. It was just like a black base with this like little swirly pattern on it, and it's just really, really comfortable. It has got slit in it, so it's just nice and breezy and easy, and I really, really love this piece. I will insert a picture of me with this on just so you can see. I'm wearing this like at least once a week at the moment, and I really, really love it. Might not be able to get this exact one, but I think a dress in like this shape just works really, really well for me, and I really, really love it. Okay, and then the last fashion favourite is kind of random, but it is a cotton nightgown. This particular one is from Zara Home, and I really, really love it. It's really pretty. It's got like the detailing on the chest, it's got the little buttons, it's got like the detailing trim, and it goes down to like midi length. I'm not going to show you this on because it is sheer, but I love this. This has been so lovely to sleep in during the heat wave and the summer month. It's just really billowy, it doesn't touch the skin, it's really breathable because it's cotton. But I do like wearing something to bed, and I just really, really love a nightgown. I also love like just prancing around the house in this, like on a Sunday, like listening to my songs on Spotify, doing my makeup in the bathroom, just like dancing around in my nightgown. I just really, really love it. It's like women'sy, like romanticizing my life sort of vibes. I just really, really love it. Yeah, like I said, this particular one is from Zara Home, but I got this one for my birthday back in February. I just really love it. Kind of random, but it's just really comfortable to sleep in, and I really, really love prancing around the house in this. I just can't show you that because it is sheer, but yeah, I just find it kind of cute and girly, and I really love that in the summer. Okay, and then moving on, I think we will move on to beauty favourites. The first thing I want to mention is a perfume, and it's actually only like a little mini sample perfume, so I don't know how well you can see this, but it's by the brand Discotheque, and it's based moi on the dance floor. Can you see that? Oh, there you go. And I really, really love this set. I got a collection of like testers from the brand. They came like this, and they're all in there. I really love like the branding of this. First of all, I love this like packaging because it's it looks like a packet of cigarettes, which I don't smoke. I'm not condoning smoking, but I think it looks pretty cool. And then also they are kind of based around cities around the world. So there's like one for London, one for Los Angeles, and based more on the dance floor is the Paris one. And it's based on a specific club in Paris, but they have like all ideas behind the perfume and like the locations, and if you go on the website they have like playlists for each location and they kind of describe them. And I just really love the branding, and I love all the shades, but I'm really loving based more on the dance floor. And the notes are violet, cassis, orris, jasmine, cashmere and sandalwood. But yeah, it's just a really nice scent. It's kind of fresh but also warming, which I really love. I have always been drawn to more of a deeper, darker, almost slightly masculine scent, but this just has a little bit more lightness to it, but it's still quite sexy, and I think it's like quite a unique scent. I've not really smelled anything like it before. I feel like it's kind of quite a versatile perfume. It's kind of a perfume that I could wear in the daytime, but I would also wear for like evening, for date night. Some scents I have that I really love, but I do find them a lot more suited for an evening than a daytime, whereas that I feel like lends itself to both. But I love like the whole idea behind the brand. I will say like the full size bottles are a little bit more expensive. I think they're over £100 for a bottle. I actually really love all the scents, but I'm really loving that one at the moment. I think it's really nice. Yeah, really love that. I would definitely check out the brand if you are on the hunt for a new perfume. I love like being able to get like little samples from brands to try different perfumes, because sometimes I can smell a perfume in a shop, but then when I spray it on me I don't really like the scent on me. So I think it's nice to be able to test. I think it's pretty cool. The next thing is a makeup favourite that I want to mention. If you watched my May vlog, I have been obsessed with the Benefit Benetton. Like, you can see how much I've used. I have been loving this. I took this with me to Seville and I really fell in love with it. In the warmer months I do tend to switch up my makeup routine. So what I have been doing is just kind of skipping foundation, and then I go straight in with cream bronzer, cream blush, a little bit of powder, a little powder blush, and then I will just put like concealer or use like my Merit Minimalist Stick just in little areas that I want a little bit more coverage, just like any spots in like my T-zone area sort of thing. And this has been my favourite cream / liquid blush to use. As you can probably see, very liquidy, gives a really nice tint to the skin. I feel like because I'm not putting on top of foundation, I feel like it lasts really well on my skin because it's going direct on the skin and almost like tints the skin directly, which I really love. You do have to be careful with application. I do kind of, as you will see, pop it on one side, then blend it in, and then go to the other side and blend it in, just because I feel like you do have to work a little bit quickly with it, just because it is that more liquidy formula. It can like run down the face, and also I find that once it's set, it is set. It can be easy to go a little bit overboard with it, but I find because I put it on before I do my concealer or anything like that, I can just kind of tone it down with the rest of my makeup, like a tint of red in the summer, and I think it's just really pretty. It looks like very sun flushed, almost like a little sunburn, but obviously I don't want to be sunburned. And I do also use it on my lips. I feel like it doesn't last as well on my lips, but I do really like it. Putting it on, then blotting it out with my finger, just kind of like almost like blurring, not even having like a very defined lip line, just kind of having a little bit of a blur. And I just think it's a really lovely colour. I really love the formula. It's nice and cooling when you put it on the skin, so it's really nice in hot weather. Obviously that doesn't last, but it feels nice while you're putting it on. I know they've got like a dark cherry version now that I'd be intrigued to try, especially for like autumn winter. But I really love just the original, and I feel like this is lasting me very well because you don't need to use like loads, and you get quite a big bottle, and it almost gives a little bit of a glow as well to the face, which I really love. I haven't even like set this with a powder blush. Lovely flushy colour for the summer, and I've been loving using this recently. We'll do a random favourite and then we'll go into more like media favourites. The more random favourite is this. This is the Lipton Iced Tea Black Tea Peach tea bags. They're just essentially tea bags. They come in little sachets like that, and the idea is you just add them to cold water and you get a peach iced tea. I love a peach iced tea, especially in summer. I don't really drink them like autumn winter time, but come summer I love peach iced tea. I think I've mentioned this before, I don't really drink fizzy drinks, sodas or anything like that. I like a sparkling water, but that's about it. So this is just like a nice addition to water when I just want something a bit more flavoursome, and I just love a peach flavour. I've been eating a lot of actual fresh peaches as well at the moment. I just really love them. I think they taste really nice. You literally just add them to your water bottle and let them infuse, and then yeah, it's really tasty. Sometimes I will actually put ice in there just to make it a little bit colder. But I just think they're really, really tasty, and just for somebody like me who doesn't really drink a lot of different cold drinks, like just drinking water over and over can get a little bit boring. So it's just nice sometimes when I fancy something a little bit more extra, and also it helps encourage me to drink more water. Really, really love them. I think they're really tasty, and I just want to mention them because I've just been having them all the time, especially during the heat waves. Okay, and then like I said, I'm going to move on to media favourites. The first thing I want to mention is a book. Now I did actually read this back in May, and it is a classic, a modern classic I feel, so I'm sure everyone's heard of this book, but I really, really loved it, and I have to say it's probably my favourite book that I've read so far this year, and that is Watership Down by Richard Adams. This has been on my radar to read for probably more than half my life. I remember being a kid and my granddad bought me this book one Christmas, and I never read it actually, which I don't really know why, but I didn't at the time, and so it's always been on my radar. And then I decided to read it in May because I thought it'd be a nice time to read it, and I loved this book so much. It's kind of marketed as a children's fiction, but I think it works really, really well also for an adult. It doesn't like read to like child fiction as an adult. Essentially, if you don't know the story, it is about a group of rabbits who, one of them has a vision of something bad happening to their burrow and to their group of rabbits. So there's a group of rabbits who go on an adventure to find a new burrow. Essentially, it is like an adventure story just with rabbit. You are following these rabbits on their journey to a new burrow and the challenges they face. Alongside that, you get to know like a few of the rabbits like pretty well. It kind of focuses in on a few. So you have Hazel, who's kind of the leader of the group. You have Fiver, who is the rabbit who has these visions, some of the rabbits are a little bit wary of him because he has these visions and he's a little bit odd in that way. And then you have Bigwig, who is kind of like the big rabbit. He's like one of the big rabbits. He's one of like the ones that helps protect the burrows. Bigwig honestly was my personal favourite. I don't know how I can be so attached to a rabbit character, but yeah, I just really, really loved it. It did stress me out a little bit because I was so worried something bad was going to happen to a rabbit like nearly every chapter, but it's quite like a thick book, but I just found it really, really readable. It didn't take me long to read. I really enjoyed reading this. I read a lot of it outside, which was really nice. I just really, really loved it. I loved the writing. It's kind of like references to men and how humans have had an impact on rabbits, the wildlife, which kind of cut deep a little bit. I really connected to the characters even though they're rabbits. It actually made me want to try some more Richard Adams books, so if anybody's read anything else by Richard Adams, then please do let me know in the comments below, because I'd be really intrigued to read it, because I just really, really love this. I think it's very well written, like the descriptions of the air, of the places. I just really, really enjoyed this book. I'm not really sure why I've put it off for so long in my life, but I'm really happy that I finally did read it. And like I say, I have to say it's probably my favourite read of the year so far. And I'm having a pretty good reading year so far. I've read some really, really good books, but I have to say this has been my favourite so far this year, so I did want to mention it in this video. Okay, and then the next thing I want to mention is more of a recent favourite because I only just watched this at the weekend, and that is a film, and that is The Sheep Detective. It came out in the cinema like a little while ago, and I did want to go see it in the cinema, but we never got around to going. They've recently added the movie to Amazon Prime, and so on Saturday night me and Alex sat and watched it, and I absolutely loved it. I'm not gonna lie, going into the film I kind of thought I would like it because I'm a little bit biased because sheep are one of my favourite animals, so much so that I'm not a vegetarian, but I don't eat lamb, so I kind of knew going into it I was probably gonna like it with it being based around sheep. But essentially it follows the story of Hugh Jackman, who is a shepherd. He lives in a caravan with his flock of sheep, and he reads the sheep mystery novels, and then Hugh Jackman is found dead, and essentially the sheep decide to investigate his death and try to find out what happened to him because they think it was foul play. So it does have talking animals. The animals don't talk to the humans, they only talk amongst themselves. So it kind of follows this group of sheep, and then you also have this group of like village characters who all knew Hugh Jackman and are all suspects in his unaliving, and the sheep are kind of helping the local policemen figure out what happened to Hugh Jackman. And it's just kind of a fun film. It's quite unserious because it's CGI sheep, they can talk, like it's a funny premise, but I just really loved it. It made me laugh, it made me cry. I like bawled my eyes out a couple of times because I found it quite emotional, but I just really loved it. I thought it was just such a fun film. Like I would definitely watch it again. I think it would be like a comfort film for me on a Sunday afternoon or something when I don't know what I want to watch and I just pop that film on. I really recommend. I feel like a lot of people were raving about it when it came out, and I'm glad I finally watched it. Okay, and then the last few things that I want to mention are some music favourites. 2026 is shaping up to be a fantastic year for music. We had Harry Styles' album, we've had a Noah Khan album, we've had the Holly Humberstone album, a Bleachers album. It's just been a really good year for music for me. There's been some really good songs. We had obviously Taylor Swift's song from the Toy Story 5 movie. Yeah, there's just been some really good releases, but 3 that I did want to mention is Olivia Rodrigo's album. I think in my previous video I mentioned Drop Dead, but now the whole album has been released and I really love it. I still love Drop Dead, I really love Stupid Song, and I really love What's Wrong With Me. They're kind of my favourites. I love the whole album though, and yeah, I really love this new album. It's very catchy. Constantly I'm like singing songs from it in my head, but yeah, I'd say those 3 are my top 3, like the more upbeat songs. But I do also love Honeybee and The Cure. Okay, and then the other album that I've been loving is Ryan Beatty, Sweet Fortune. But I really love his other albums, and he recently released a new album at the end of June, and I really love it. My favourites are Phantom, White Lightning, Secret Language, and probably Fleur de Lis. But I love the whole album. I think it's a really good album, especially Secret Language. I listen to that song on repeat. I really love that album. It's just a very like soft summer vibe, which I really love. I love having like a more of an upbeat vibe, but I also really love a soft summer vibe. And then the last music favourite is Gracie Abrams. She has a new album coming out this month called Daughter from Hell, which I'm really excited for. But she's released 2 singles, which is Hit the Wall and Look at My Life, which I really love, especially Look at My Life. It's like one of those songs that makes me want like to run through a field. But yeah, I really love both of those songs, and I'm really excited for the whole album. So yeah, they're kind of like my top music favourites. I've also still been listening to a lot of Holly Humberstone. I'm still listening to a lot of Harry Styles. Oh, and I've been listening to a lot of Noah Khan's album. Yeah, I think that is everything that I wanted to mention in this video. I feel like I've been rambling on quite a while, so this is gonna be fun to edit down. But yes, if you did enjoy this video and do enjoy favourites videos, I'd love if you could give it a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you could let me know what is your current favourite in the comments below, or any recommendations that you have for me based on these things that I've mentioned. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you could subscribe, and I will see you all next week for a brand new one. Goodbye.